No, but the first time my cat shows up with a GoPro strapped to his head, he's banned. Do you kick your pets out of the room when you masturbate? Why or why not? Oh yay, it's my favorite viewer, back again for another alien radio storytime. Thanks for joining us. Since you're already here, can you do your boy Andrew a favor? Can you hit that like button and subscribe? I wouldn't want to miss any more story times with you. And if you do, I'll make sure to clear your student loan debt. Anyways, let's get into the stories. No. What's my fish really gonna do? GF is really ashamed of masturbating with cats in the bed, but they can stay in the room though, I don't get it. When my dog was still with me, it would leave the room itself as I start masturbate. 100% level of understanding. I have snakes, no I don't kick them out, but I'm sure they're looking down at me like feed that thing, he's malnourished, he can't even eat a proper mouse. Last cat would jump up, lay near us watching no matter how much we shook the bed, then after we were done and all settled the furball would leave dirty lil perv cat. One time my dog walked in on my ex-GF giving me oral sex. He looked at us with an uncomfortable look on his face and walked right out. He totally understood what was going on. Of course. I just can't make him watch me when I removed his balls. I'm not a monster. Plus it feels wrong doing it in front of anyone. Haha, this is an awesome question. I kinda shoo my dude out of the room as he's just way too eager to help dad out with whatever operations we're tackling that day. Dad doesn't need your help on this one, pal, you're a good boy if you're reading this. My cat has seen it all. She seems to always turn up when my fiancé and I have sex. Like we'll be cuddling after we finish and look over to our cat creepily hanging out nearby. So at this point I don't really care. But maybe she's just a freak and I'm not going to judge her for that. My cat always jumps near me and I'm scared he's going to think my dick is a toy, so I lock him away till the deed is done. When my cat was a kitten he bit the head of my dick. That's how I woke up that day. Rearranging my bits under the sheet and he went into full predator mode. Another time he was licking his friend's asshole, another cat, don't worry. He was really getting into it until he stopped, tilted his head back, and aggressively chomped down on his butthole. Funniest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so my cat has a special teddy I had to buy him because anything soft was a target for his humping. Since buying the teddy, that's the only thing he rubs himself on. For some disgusting reason he keeps trying to involve me. He meows to get my attention and wants me to watch. Or he brings his teddy out in front of me so I'll see. I don't know why. He's a fuzzy freak and it's gross. For these reasons I'm concerned he'd want to watch me. So no, he is not in the room. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thank you for the rewards. LMAO, my old dog, the one I commented about in another thread, also liked to drag his bed up to the TV so me and the roommates could watch him hump it. I mean, he would hump it on his own time, but he especially liked when we were all gathered looking in the same direction. Yeah, I won't masturbate if my cat is in the same room. It just feels wrong. The one time I did I felt so judged and surprisingly embarrassed, to be honest. Same with when you're with someone. Animals in the room just feels wrong. Was getting freaky with a girl when her cat jumped on the bed and she just continued and I was like, oh, are we not gonna get the cat out of the room? Yeah, was ons with a lady whose two little ADHD dogs kept jumping on bed while we were at it. While the lady was riding me, felt something furry against my arm. One of the dogs came to cuddle, it killed my sex drive that night. She wouldn't even command the dogs out of the bed. Was too weird for me so I left. My dog and cat are so damn possessive. I can't go to the bathroom, shower, cook dinner, absolutely nothing without them at my feet sleeping, watching me, or trying to help. I don't think I could kick them out of my room if I wanted to. That being said, they don't care. They just find somewhere nearby and sleep and wait for me to finish. Same with my cat. If I kick him out he just screams and screams and screams. Before I start, I have to constantly move him away from me over and over and over until he just gives up. You'd think I never give him attention, but he spends at least 2 hours a day being pet. I always recommend people get a male orange tabby cat because they're affectionate, but at the same time, he can drive anyone insane, lol. Same with my cat. If I kick him out he just screams and screams and screams. Before I start, I have to constantly move him away from me over and over and over until he just gives up. You'd think I never give him attention, but he spends at least 2 hours a day being pet. I always recommend people get a male orange tabby cat because they're affectionate, but at the same time, he can drive anyone insane, lol. LPT. Cats can be trained out of this behavior. Had 2 kittens that would always try to attack any movement under the blanket. Whenever they did, I would use my foot to give them a light push off the bed. Eventually they realized if they pounced on the blanket they don't get to stay on bed and they stopped. Just something to keep in mind if you want to train masturbation-safe cats. Only made the mistake of keeping my cat inside the room once. I was jacking it under the blanket and my kitty decided it was time for a game of pounce. Full claws. I screamed, kicked out, and he went into the air like a kite. Sure felt terrible afterwards, but it was a good lesson for both of us. Edit. Geez, my first Reddit award. I'd like to thank my cat for this hilarious story and my dick for never giving up on me. LPT. Cats can be trained out of this behavior. Had 2 kittens that would always try to attack any movement under the blanket. Whenever they did, I would use my foot to give them a light push off the bed. Eventually they realized if they pounced on the blanket they don't get to stay on bed and they stopped. Just something to keep in mind if you want to train masturbation-safe cats. Nah, I don't care and they don't care. Once one of the cats came up to sniff the situation, looked confused and left, but that was the most eventful thing that ever came from leaving the door open. They just ignore it. Haha, one time my ex and I were ducking on her couch and one of her 3 cats jumped up on the couch. We hadn't noticed until we heard meow. And we turned and she was like a foot away wondering why I was on top of my ex and she was making weird sounds. We busted out laughing and couldn't really finish. She just wanted to check on her human. Sorta off topic. A girl I used to have sex with in the past once told me her dog comes in the shower with her. I thought it was weird, but I didn't read into it. Once, we were ducking on her bed and the dog came in the room. The girl sure as duck didn't mind the dog being on the bed with us. I was weirded out, especially knowing the dog joins her in the shower. Is that normal and I'm being weird? A dog going in the shower with his owner from scale 0 to WTF is wrong with you is about a 7. In my book it would be a 9. Once upon a time, when I was still a teen, I was kind of flirting with a girl who had a giant Saint Bernard, as in, I believe I have never seen bigger dog in my life, which seemed to like me. Unfortunately, I am not really a dog person and felt kind of anxious. I have watched my fair share of amateur porn by that time and sometimes wondered if she does intimate things in front of it, especially given the fact that she was a bit eccentric. I hook up with a guy that has 2 dogs. They're super sweet and cute and I like them. But sometimes he and I will be getting it on, and the dogs bring toys into the bed. The toys will roll to uncomfortable places. I'll grab the toys, then throw them out, the dogs will chase them, then bring them back. It's a game to the pups. The dude doesn't seem to notice unless I reach a level of frustration and tell him to get them to stop. I know I should stop throwing the toys, but I don't want pig ears, tennis balls, or bones up my ass, so it's more of a panic reaction. When I was young and just starting to learn myself, my dog would bust in whenever I started flicking the old bean and bark at me. He disapproved. Either that or he mistook the sounds for something distressing. He was born just before me and had always looked after me when I was a kid, so I think the onset of puberty was confusing to him as he was getting on a bit by then. In the end I had to wait until he was safely asleep downstairs before getting busy. There's nothing quite like getting yelled at by your own dog to put you off your rhythm. Same with me. But just females in porn. I had a beagle named Flash, he did not approve at all. Sometimes it wouldn't even be penetration yet just porn acting sounds at the beginning. He would hear that crap from the top floor of the house, bark like crazy the whole way down, and not stop barking until it was gone for a good 30 seconds. In high school I made my parents take my dog for a lot of walks. They used to ask why I started taking him for separate walks. They thought it was because I didn't want to be seen with my parents anymore. No, it was because I was afraid Flash was going to rip my cock off for having a good time. He was really upset when we neutered him. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the story time? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more story times.